What can one say about Unicron, the Chaos Bringer, Lord of Chaos, or more famously known as the Death Star ripoff? Wait, who the fuck wrote that in the script? I'll fucking kill him. I will. You guys know I'm not messing around. You guys know. So, where were we? Yes, Unicron. Let's get this out of the way right away. Unicron was pretty much a Death Star ripoff, and that's fitting since the Transformers movie was basically a Star Wars ripoff. If you think I hate it, or even dislike it for that, then you're fucking crazy. I love this movie. The birth of Galvatron, Hot Rod, and his prime persona, Rodimus, Arcee, and Ultra Magnus. Killing off Optimus motherfucking Prime, and so many Autobots. Revelations, see by naked eyes. Oh, and Starscream. If you're going to argue we can get most of that in the Michael Bay movies, then tell me how long did Optimus die in the movies? How the hell did they make Starscream's death even less dignified? And why the hell did they change Galvatron back to Megatron in the span of a movie with no explanation?
Bring up Galvatron.
Transforming Galvatron.
Galvatron coming online. Galvatron's hacked into the others.
What?
ID confirmed. Megatron. A threat to our very existence. And Megatron can lead us to it.
Do I know you, human?
What do you really want, Megatron?
What anyone wants, human. To go home.
Yeah, that'd be alright with me, too.
Megatron, he's after something Jaeger has. Something they need to help find this weapon.
Oh yeah, and they managed to make Unicron's reveal disappointing. Fucking how? That's actually the perfect segue. While Michael Bay and the writers of Transformers The Last Knight somehow managed to make the reveal of one of the greatest and, of course, the biggest of the Transformers villains, literally disappointing, his reveal at the very end of the first strike event was absolutely amazing. Don't worry, I won't gush about my love for the IDW comics yet. This video is all about Unicron, best known as the Planet Eater, and his origins. No, not in universe. Of course, videos on that already exist. Surprisingly, I haven't seen one on this planet-sized Transformers real-world origins. Unicron, of course, changed as the movie he was created to be the main antagonist for did. Even before the Transformers brand came to fruition, though, Takara designer Hiroyuki Hataiki, I think that's how you pronounce it, better known by his real name Takehiko Ito, and known for his work on Outlaw Star, drew up a design for a planet robot toy for the Microchange line. Of course, this was what went on to inspire Unicron himself. During early pre-production for the Transformers the movie, Unicron was given the name The Entity. A model sheet from later in the movie's production showed at one point Unicron was the name of the planet, which itself converted into the robot Ingestor. Probably the only case in which I know of a Transformer's name changing with its form. This does make sense, however, since an early rough draft of the movie explains that, at some point, the disembodied voice of Ingestor would reveal itself to Megatron. Not as the planet itself, but as its master and custodian, communicating from within. Megatron and the Decepticons would have their life sparks recreated into that of Galvatron and his troops, known at least in the final version as the Sweeps by Ingestor.
Excellent. Behold, Galvatron. And these shall be your minions. Scourge, the Tracker, and his huntsman, the Sweeps. Cyclonus, the warrior, and his armada.
In return, he'd have them bring Energon to feed the planet. Ingestor and Unicron were only shown to be the same at the climax. This was because it was revealed that Energon was required to power Unicron's transformation into robot mode. Robot is used pretty loosely when describing this older incarnation of the World Eater, since many instances of organic terminology is used to describe both the planet and robot forms. One example is when what appears to be grass and trees is revealed to be hairs of the humanoid form. In fact, the designer of Unicron, Foro Diri, claims he had drawn up 3 depictions of Unicron's internal organs, all of which scaled to 2 to 7 feet each. I want one! Unfortunately, I couldn't find any interpretations of Unicron that had organic traits for this video, so we'll have to settle for imagining it. The end of the early rough draft has Unicron being destroyed by the life spark of Optimus Prime as well. Something I'm actually glad we didn't have. Because let's face it, children should be traumatized. I mean, I was a lot. And I turned out very well. In fact, the drawings of the internal organs weren't a special case. Dury said his designs for Unicron were very large and very complicated. He also explained that Unicron's television monitor covered core is like security monitors in a building. Unicron has to manually view them to understand what is going on. The information itself is not diverted directly into him from the screen's source. There is even an orbiting moon which is shown in the discarded Generation 1 prototype by Takara, and was intended to be kind of mini Unicron, like Mini-Me of Dr. Evil. I'm assuming Deary means the moon is Mini-Me to Unicron's Dr. Evil. I suppose you could argue Kranix took the place of this moon when he came to the Armada series. Have you realized yet that Deary is at least a bit eccentric? Well, he is! And I have even more proof from his production notes on his designs for Unicron, then known as the Entity. These don't, however, come through in the original film or were just plain dropped. The spheres on Unicron's ring are meant to be the size of the Earth. Unicron's surface was originally a dense forest of metal populated by mechanical creatures. Why is this not a thing? Why were rings involved? Here's Deary's reasoning. Saturn sounded like satyr. Satyr is synonymous with the devil. The Entity is a devil-like planet. This is the reason why I designed the Entity like the planet Saturn. That's a thing! Moving on. A moon is included, but knowing what I know about Deary, it's surprising that all that's explained about it is that it's flashy and conductive. Then there's the circular portions on the planet's surface, which were to flash and reflect colors, like Simon says, to dazzle the viewers. So then, how did Unicron end up the devilishly handsome entity he is today? According to Deary, since Unicron is a villain and because I was fooling around at the time, I decided to make him look demonic with goatee, horns, bat-like wings, and eagle talons for feet. I got the idea of Unicron from the planet Saturn and Satyr, actually. The original name was Ingestor, but the writer changed it to Unicron when he saw the design, probably because of the horns. Another interesting tidbit is that in Unicron's the Transformers Universe profile, it's stated that when Unicron eats planets and stars, it increases his size and hunger. A detail that is not shown anywhere else. While it'd be an awesome detail to include, one has to wonder how practical it would be. And that, my friends, is the origin of Unicron, the Planet Eater. The Transformers equivalent of fucking Satan. I hope you have enjoyed your trip with me. And if you're like 13 or something, well, I hope you have your parents' permission because I swore a lot. And I will keep on doing it in videos.